As the flag rose to full staff, the Arvis soldiers gave honour to the flag by manoeuvring the air around them to produce the sounds of bombardment. 10 rounds of percussion they rang out into the world to signify their strength, their valour, and their honour. As the city and the country celebrated below, Yefimovich exited the stage, saying goodbye to his fellow colleagues, and headed back to his home. Aero greeted Yefimovich with a salute. But Yefimovich did not salute back. Instead, he squeezed the soldier tightly with jubilance in his heart, slapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Let's go home." Aero laughed at his new prime minister for his very unorthodox greeting, and readied the Vetervikel. "Aero, would you like to come to the game with me and my family tonight?" Yefimovich asked him. "I would love to, sir, but I cannot," the soldier replied. "Oh, really? Why is that, if you don't mind me asking?" I have a date tonight, sir," Aero explained. "How wonderful! She must be a real beauty," Yefimovich teased him. "Are you all going to the reels, then?" "No, sir. I'm taking her to a Premier Minster Odin race," Aero replied. "Premier Minster over Dobycha?" "It wouldn't be my first pick either, but she likes racing." "Sounds like love to me," Yefimovich teased the young 24-year-old some more. The RV soldier dug into his coat pocket, and he showed him a circular band with a large Svadkarmen gem brightly shining in it. "A wedding ring," Yefimovich said, sounding slightly surprised. "Who is the lucky one in this situation?" he asked. "Definitely not her," Aero joked. Yefimovich was finally home and was welcomed with butterfly kisses and coal-burning embraces. Hopes were high, not just for Yefimovich and his family, but for all those within the birth of the new nation. It wasn't long before he and his family were at the Dobycha match. The stadium was filled from top to bottom without a single empty seat. A horde of purple jerseys painted the stadium as bits of white and blue from the away team sprinkled themselves among the masses. The field on which the players played was the most unique of any sport. Water encircled the pitch and weaved like a snake suspended in the air. Floating high and low at all altitudes were large pieces of earth, about 15 yards in length and 15 yards across, plotted across the field. There were 4 goals in total. One was larger and rectangular in shape, and the other was small and circular, levitating in the open air of the court. The larger goal was worth 2 points, while the smaller one was worth 4. All the elements were in play for Dobycha, and each team had to have a manipulator of each element. 1 Arvi, 1 Ada, 1 Esh, and a Mayhem all had to be playing, along with an element of the team's choosing. Each team was allowed 3 substitutions in a 90-minute game, and the team with the highest score within those 90 minutes was declared the winner. A voice spoke over the airwaves, echoing across the stadium while the players and coaches entered the pitch. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rakia, home to your LBL collections." The crowd hailed them with hoots and hollers, followed by resounding applause. And when their eyes gazed upon the challengers, the drums started to roll, and flags started to wave. It seemed 100,000 people became one as they sang a traditional chant to the opposing team. "Shalom, shalom, we are the knights of Erbil. We will punish those who enter our field. With stone we will break and fire we'll burn. Your hopes and your dreams no longer will yearn. With wind we will gust and water we'll drown. The fight that you had, a vanquished renown. We are the knights of Erbil, and mighty we are. Enter with caution, or leave with the scar." Clash! 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 The audience cheered with pride at the end of their mantra, and quickly began booing the rival team. The rowdiness of the crowd tempered only slightly until they were asked to stand for their national anthem, and like the dead of night they became silent. The flag flowed in the breeze as the people gazed upon its glory. Its meaning was more significant than ever before. Each symbol and colour had a purpose, and each note in their anthem was a feeling of hope, of pride and reflection. As the song ended, the blissful euphoria could be felt in the air, infecting each and every person in the stadium. Yefimovich could feel it within himself, as if it were a part of his very being. The match had begun, and an RV player for the Kleshians had the ball held snug under his arm as he cut through the air at incredible speeds. He dodged the chunks of earth launched at him by the Adama player on the opposing team and danced away from the tsunami of water the Mehim player had thrown at him until he was met by the Eshen player, who had rocketed through the sky even faster than he, with fire from his feet and hands. He flew towards the RV and hit him with force, knocking out the ball and securing it himself. He propelled himself with the power of his flames and barreled through the blocks of earth tossed at him and scorched the water blasted at his body. He tossed the ball in front of him, suspended high in the air, and kicked it with a fearsome blow, only to be saved by an even more impressive act. The game raged on, all in good spirits. Yefimovich felt like a child as he watched the game being played. He sang and he yelled, he acclaimed and he heckled, and by the half he had nearly lost his voice. A loud explosion punched the air, signalling the end of the intermission, but something seemed a little different. Yefimovich heard Victoria give a loud scream as one of the chairs within the booth had caught fire. The stadium staff were quick to react and hurriedly put out the flame. Then there was another boom, this less forceful, and the table at which Victoria stood had flames flickering from its top. Yefimovich began to laugh, for he knew what had happened. "Our daughter Yefi," Victoria said. "She's an Esh, I know." He chuckled out the words. "Just like her mother," he stated. Victoria smiled at him. "I'm terribly sorry about this," he expressed to the staffer. "Can I please see your manager?" "Yes, sir," said the boy, who quickly dashed off to get his superior. "I'll call the driver and meet you out front. I'll have to see what this is going to cost us," he said to his wife. The matter was quickly settled, and Yefimovich was soon in the vehicle with his wife and daughter. "Yekaterina, you have to be careful with this power of yours," he said, tapping her nose as if she understood. But all she did was smile a toothless grin. "She is so young to have abilities like this. What are we going to do, Yefi?" Victoria asked. "I wasn't expecting this until she was 2 or 3. We'll just have to keep an eye close on her. Some rooms will have to be off limits, of course, and we'll have to purchase some Ogon to fireproof the walls." Victoria held her daughter out in front of her, so they were face to face. "Our little prodigy. I can't wait to teach you all that I know," she said, and kissed her daughter's baby lips. "Our tiny Esh, our baby firemaker," he said, and then a thought hit his mind like the hands on a clock strike the hour. What if